So soon the Filet-O-Fish will be back. There will be fish fries advertised, particularly in front of our churches. You may see on Valentine's Day that people are walking around not just with a box of chocolates, they may also have a cross made out of ash marked into their foreheads, because that's Ash Wednesday. You may go into stores and begin to see products, items, all sorts of things put out in order to observe and to celebrate Easter. This is the telltale sign that you and I are now on the cusp of Lent. What is Lent, though? Why observe this season? Well, to get at that, I have to take a bit of a step back first. As Lutherans, as the people of St. Stephen together, we intentionally don't put a lot of stock in ourselves. This isn't because we're masochists, it's a certain way of seeing the world. That is, we like to see our existence as a looking for God's work more than a pointing to our own. We like to look for Jesus' activity and Jesus' presence in our lives more than towards what we can do to be holy. We like to rely together on the Holy Spirit's guidance and the Holy Spirit's power to keep us. In Lent, however, we do practice some things. We do enter into our own observance. During the season of Lent, we set ourselves and our lives in a very deliberate way into God's hands. It's a season prior to Easter in which we are more deliberate. And our deliberateness doesn't just take the form of eating more Filet-O-Fish sandwiches or buying Easter egg stuff. It is not a work of faith, a thing that we do to look outwardly like we have it all put together, but we enter into the season of Lent as a plea, as a time of humility, as a request of forgiveness, and to look again for the grace of God and for God's love in our lives and in the lives of others. Lent, if it's going to be a practice of anything, is not a practice just of fish. It is the practice of asking God to keep working on us. It's a particularly focused season. We are entering together, like the readings during this season, into the wilderness, like the Israelites of old, or like Jesus after the baptism, a time where we're maybe less involved in all of the noise and all of the busyness, and we just look for simplicity and for, in the midst of simplicity, God's renewing Holy Spirit. During Lent in 2024 at St. Stephen, we, as of now, don't have any fish fries planned, but we will observe this season as Landfill Lent. During Lent at St. Stephen, and in our observance as Landfill Lent, we'll think about the things in our own lives, our own trash that has built up within us, our own habits, our own sins. And we'll make the plea before God in a focused way to be purified or to be cleaned of those. And so we can participate with others in a more peaceful way, and so that we ourselves can be renewed and set back onto the path God would have for us. The observance of Lent begins with Ash Wednesday. On Ash Wednesday, we mark a cross in each other's foreheads, and we say, remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. This isn't just because we're morbid or masochists. It also would help us reflect on the idea that none of us will live forever, and that the days that we have are a gift that are given to us by God, and that we would ask for God's help to live them well. Not well how we would judge it, but well in terms of what God might do with them. Throughout the season of Lent, We will also observe worship at our normal time at 9:30 a.m. In the sanctuary here at St. Stephen. This year is a leap year, so we will gather for Leap for Lent, a time on February 29th, where we will gather for chili. We'll also do some reflective artwork together, just as a practice, a time set aside to be together and to ask the Holy Spirit to enter into our midst in a special or in a new way. If we're getting a leap year or a leap day, we're giving that extra time over to each other and to openness to God's work. Holy Week is the week just prior to Easter. During Holy Week, we will gather at Silver Springs Park at the Leona Ferris Lodge to observe Maundy Thursday together at 7 p.m. We will gather together with our sister congregation, Rejoice Lutheran Church of Hudson, on Good Friday, and we will enter into worship together there. Easter Sunday is the culmination of all of this build-up through the season of Lent, and all of our trash, we ask, or we're hopeful, will be cleaned, and that we will enter into a time of resurrection and celebration together. Easter, of course, is also observed with food. We wouldn't really be Lutheran, I guess, if we didn't have some coffee and food, but we'll have a breakfast prior to worship on Easter Sunday, and we will look forward to seeing you there at 9:30 in our sanctuary. This is a special season to us as the people of God, as Lutherans. Not a season where we lift ourselves up about what we're capable of, but a season where we hope to be more humble, more quiet, more observant, and maybe open to being taught new ways to seeing God's work. We ask for God's forgiveness for the cleaning out of the bad habits that we've accrued, and we ask that as we move into spring, God would indeed make new pathways of new life for each of us. And we hope, here as the people of St. Stephen, in our observance of Lent and the Easter season together, that you would feel and know God's call and would be able to join together with us sometime as you are able. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.